or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-4461. 800-215-4461. That's 800-215-4461.
News and weather this hour is brought to you by EG Tire on Talk 104 and 93 WKCT Bowling Green.
You're listening to Sports Talk, presented by Greenwood Ford.
Welcome into Sports Talk here on Talk 104 93 WKCT, presented by Greenwood Ford. I'm Cole Scott from News 40, joined alongside Brian Davis of the Franklin Favorite. Brian, how's it going this week?
It is going as fall sports is right around the corner.
Yep. You could call a corner one day because we are just right there from dead period ending. Hallelujah from everybody involved that's going to happen. I mean,
not for me.
Yeah, okay, not for Brian. He's not ready to go to cover Park Mammoth.
No.
He's ready. He's ready to hop on a golf cart and go there.
They don't have enough.
Okay.
They don't have enough. That's the bad part about it. And I don't own one, and the company I work for won't buy one, obviously. Okay. So guess what you got to do now? You got Pat Turner. You got a foot. You got to walk it.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible. Horrible.
Foot. Also want to thank our other sponsors, Campbell Chevrolet, Hills Mattress and More, and Breen and Williford Injury Lawyers. Of course, if you're just tuning in, or if you're coming from Facebook, we just had a great pre-party interview with the newest head coach at Bowling Green High School, Jay Eastridge. He's taken over the baseball program there. A lot of really good sound bites from him. I'm pretty pumped to see what he does with the Purples baseball team. One that stuck out to me, he was like, if you think it's a down year, in the nice way, he said, no, it's not, with some more words. I loved it. I loved it a lot.
The word of the night is chaos.
Yeah.
I'm loving that. And I'm sure the guys, when they see him wear that T-shirt, when they meet him for the first time coming up soon, they're going to love that.
Yeah. The with the clever H, the Purple's H, and then the baseball. Oh, yeah.
And then everything that's been happening in the 14th District, coaching revolving doors and stuff. Oh, yeah. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Anything else been going on recently for you, Brian?
No, we're just preparing for the start of high school sports here in another 9-10 days, and then of course we got the World Cup just happened, and of course U.S. lost. I'm not surprised that they lost. I'm not at all. So it is what it is. So
you want to talk about that game a little bit? Did you watch that game?
I watched it, but I mean the whole thing about the player getting reinstated. Our president went to FIFA and getting reinstated and so forth like that. And I'm from the old school. It's like, you don't want to give a team ammunition.
Oh, you
don't want a team fire them up.
Yeah.
And by doing all that, you just fired them up.
Yeah.
And it showed. And I mean, they scored a goal in like the first minute and 3 seconds of the match?
It was pretty quick.
It was quick. I mean, so I was like, oh, no. It was not good. Should have just left it all alone. Should have even got involved with our government getting involved in that stuff. You just gave them more ammunition and fired up, and then Belgium put them out, and there we go.
They had all the right to talk trash afterwards.
Oh,
too.
Yes.
That was very, very acceptable on their part. Also in the World Cup yesterday, that was probably the best game I've ever watched of soccer, with Argentina coming back against Egypt. I don't know if you watched that at all.
No. I'm more into Wimbledon.
You're America or bust.
No, I'm more into Wimbledon than I am World Cup soccer. So.
Okay, fill me in on Wimbledon then.
Wimbledon's been going pretty well. On the women's side, you're going to have a new champion for the 10th year in a row.
Okay. Since
Serena Williams repeated. We do have an American in that Final Four, Coco Gauff. She's going to be on center court tomorrow morning in a ladies semifinal in one of them. And hopefully with a win, she'll get to the finals, which will be awesome. And then on the men's side, again, we're Americans going through another drought. This will be now year 23 of not having a male American man win a Grand Slam. You got to go back to Andy Roddick in 2003 when that happened. But you still got Novak Djokovic going for his 25th, which will be the all-time greatest. Well, he's an all-time great already, but that will be the most. Put him past Margaret Court Smith on top of that. And he'll face the world's number one, Yannick Sinner, on Friday in one semifinal. So it's going to be quite interesting. But when Wimbledon started last Monday, I'm more into that than I am soccer because I'm a tennis fan. So
Okay, and I know you're also really into the impending free agency decision of LeBron James as well.
oh, LeBag.
I know that's right up your alley.
Yeah, LeBag. Yeah. I mean, let's put it like this. For LeBron, wherever he goes, he's either going to be the second scoring option if he goes to Miami or Cleveland, and if he goes to Philly, he's going to be the third wheel. There's no question about that.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
which does he want to be?
Yeah, I saw it was narrowed down to 5 teams today: Cleveland, Miami, Golden State, Minnesota, and then Philadelphia. So
Okay, I saw 3. I saw Golden State, Minnesota got eliminated. So that's what I saw earlier.
we have
a
literally
couple
no
hours
time
ago.
frame of when this is going to happen.
No, we don't.
It might be during the show tonight, so just be ready for breaking news in that point.
Yeah, but wherever he goes, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me too much. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's still the Western Conference is still better.
Absolutely.
But you never know though. Sometimes the Eastern Conference team will rise up and do some things like the Knicks did this year. So
Yeah.
you just never know. But we'll see.
Okay.
Again, control the narrative. That's one thing he's very, very good at.
That is
control
true.
the narrative, and he's doing that quite well, as we can see.
You talk about controlling the narrative. I couldn't get the job done. I'm hand up. Couldn't get the job done Saturday at the hot dog eating contest. I talked a lot of smack.
That's
Got an
okay.
issue and a statement. Hand up. Yeah. I let everybody down.
No.
I let
I mean,
everybody down. It was me against one guy from
But-
Christian Family Radio. Shout out him. Couldn't get it done.
but you just lost
Couldn't
by
do that.
half a bite. That's all you lost by. I mean, it wasn't like you got blown out.
A half or a million.
A
It's the
half a
same
bite.
difference to me.
Still, but to eat as many hot dogs you did in 5 minutes, I mean, that was pretty impressive.
That was disgusting
Yeah,
for the first part.
Now, how'd you feel when you got home? That's the question.
I didn't feel good for like 3 days.
I bet you didn't.
And I only ate 4. That's embarrassing. So honestly, I just have a more newfound respect for competitive eaters. I take back my call out for Joey Chestnut. I don't call him out anymore. He eats 66
in
that
10
morning.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd smash me like a chump.
My goodness. I wonder if our guest, Payton Stewart,
Ooh.
if she could, if she was in an eating contest, what would she like to eat?
Let's bring her on.
Let me put a microphone. There we go. Now she's up. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you were in a hot dog eating contest, how would that go?
Probably not very good.
No?
Or could she do something else besides hot dogs, like Oreos or
Or
chicken
lemonade.
wings?
Yeah, anything that you feel like you'd be really good at?
Well, I think Oreos would be my best bet.
Okay. Oreos are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so there's strategy involved with everything. Of course, I tried the dip in the bun in the water. With Oreos, would you take off the cookie part or would you just eat it in one? Is there a strategy there?
I don't know how I normally would eat it would be taking the cookie off and then eating the icing.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to eat it like really fast, I feel like I just try to shove as many as I could in
Okay.
my mouth.
Okay.
What about dipping in milk?
You got to have milk. That's a must.
Yeah.
That's an absolute must. All right, we're going to hit up the hot rods and see if we can set that up for next year.
Yeah.
So just so you know, you've already volunteered for it.
Yeah, Payton Stewart in the Oreo eating contest next year.
Oreo champ.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll be going up against her too, so not so fast. I've got a year to train now, so
Now, how you gonna feel after eating 20 Oreos in 5 minutes? How you gonna feel about that?
I don't know, and I won't know until then. So yeah. Anything else, Brian? Nationally, actually, I have it right here. Soki Fair is going from July 20th to the 25th. Make sure you're there Monday, $5, Tuesday through Saturday, $20. Gates open at 6 p.m. daily, and children under 36 inches, or what we call 3 feet, hey, they get in free.
I mean, man, we're gonna have some demolition derbies and some tractor pulls and all kind of
Touch a
fun
truck.
stuff.
I remember that from last week. You can go touch a truck. That happens.
Woohoo! All right,
Yeah.
Soki Fair time,
I can't
July
wait.
20th at Lampkin Park.
And find me
All
at the
right.
dunk tank.
Are y'all doing it this year?
I'll be doing the dunk tank. It's what date is it? The 21st.
Oh,
That'll be there.
Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. It's random Tuesday.
Okay, and I guess what $5 for 3 balls, something like that. I'm guessing. Or?
Something like that. You know what? I'm just going to channel my trash talk into telling people that are listening right now, you're not going to hit the dunk tank, so just thanks for your donation.
Wait a minute, you got a softball star beside you there. That probably
Ooh,
could.
okay, that's a bad look. Okay, I might take that back. She could hit.
She might be able to hit you. She might be able to.
But anybody else that comes out besides Payton could not get it done. Yeah.
Anybody don't play baseball or softball.
Yeah. But then, like I said last week, they love to do the thing where like, oh, just go push it in. I'm like, that
No.
wasn't in the rules.
No, they should
Don't
not.
push it
They
in.
should not do that. No.
Yeah.
If they can't throw and hit it, no, you cannot. You can't do that. Sorry.
All right. Do you want to get into? You want to take a break real quick, Brian?
Yes, we sure can.
All right. Well, you're listening here on Sports Talk, presented by Greenwood Ford, right here on Talk 104.93 WKCT.
Ford just brought back one of its biggest offers with a message that says it all. American value for American values. Right now at Greenwood Ford Lincoln, with employee pricing for all, you pay what we pay on almost all new Ford inventory. That means this is a great time to take a serious look at getting into a new Ford and seeing just how much value is on the table. If you've been waiting for the right time, this could be it. So come see us at Greenwood Ford Lincoln and ask us about the employee pricing today.
Big news, Bowling Green. Hills Mattress & More is bigger and better. They've expanded to bring you even more of what you love. We're talking top quality mattresses, furniture, appliances, and TVs. Plus, with financing options and no credit needed, it's never been easier to bring home comfort and style. Come see the all-new expanded Hills Mattress & More at 2539 Mount Victor Lane. Now with more to offer. Hills Mattress & More. Come see what's new.
Shop for your next car or truck at Campbell Chevrolet and Campbell Pre-Owned on both corners of Gary Farms Boulevard at Scottsville Road. If you do not see what you want, please let us know, since the inventory changes every day. Great money-saving prices on both corners. Rebates and low interest rates are back on new Chevrolets. Drop by and enjoy shopping. We make it easy. Campbell Chevrolet on Scottsville Road.
Wow. All right, we are back here on Talk 104.93 WKCT. All right, you can see us now. All right, I'm Cole Scott, presented with News 40, not presented by, I'm just with. Back in the back, but joining us shortly is Brian Davis with the Franklin Favorite. And then in studio, you saw her at the beginning talking about not eating hot dogs or drinking lemonade, but eating Oreos soon. It is Payton Stewart from Bowling Green softball, recent graduate. Payton, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good deal. Okay, you're an award winner with Kentucky Super Preps, so let's just start off with that. What was that like winning that award?
Well, I actually didn't know I won it until like way after, because I was on vacation when I had won it.
Okay.
And my mom had told me when we got back, and I was like, "What do you mean I won it?" And then I was like, "Oh, I really did."
Okay, so do you want to give an acceptance speech now since you didn't get to do that?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, thank you. That was pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, I was like, because like I knew there was like, like 6 like other people that did it, and I was like, someone else is definitely gonna get it. It's definitely not gonna be me, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good time.
Well, with that award, there's also your work outside of softball. So what do you do to give back to the community?
I work a lot with like good deeds and then room at the end. So I do a lot with lower privilege homes and giving back and giving them furniture and stuff like that. I do a lot of work with our homeless community and like feeding them, giving them places to stay, and just I always try to be in the community.
What's your motivation behind that? What got you into doing that?
Definitely my mom, because she's been doing it for a long time, and I used to go like with her, like just to see it, and it definitely being able to meet these people and like hear their stories and like how their life wasn't much different than like how mine is now, but just one wrong step and it could lead to that, and I just feel like they just need help, and I would want, if I was in that situation, for someone to help me.
Outstanding. Well, how would you sum up your Bowling Green Lady Purple softball career?
Well, out of my 2 years, it was definitely really good. Like, I definitely got to see how I was before and just like spiked as soon as I got there, and it was like this newfound confidence in myself and not being able to like be able to show that before, but now like I come from Greenwood, and now why would you come to Bowling Green? But it definitely like showed, and then we had a great season from what they had before, and I definitely think that was with like the changing in coaching and just like having more structure.
What did you like? That was my next question. What did you like about Coach Riggs? What did he bring to the program that might be unmatched from any other coach?
He let us kind of decide like what we wanted, and he just followed in with helping with that.
Have y'all had y'all's banquet yet by any chance, or?
Yes,
Okay.
we did.
I'm sure you said something to the team because you're the only senior that graduated. So what'd you say to the team, I guess, to get them fired up for next year?
I definitely thank them because obviously being new, like, I didn't know how that'd go, but I definitely thank them for giving me that opportunity, and I definitely see a very bright future in that team because they are so young and they've been playing for such a long time together, and just like keep your confidence. Like, just because you lost a game does not mean you won't win the next one. Like, you just have to find it and you have to want it and fight for it.
Did you come into this year with any goals for yourself for your senior season?
Not any specific goals. I definitely wanted to, like, you know, improve my stats from the season before. And I just wanted to be able to be a better teammate and be able to be there for my team and not worry about, you know, if I struck out or something like that, just bringing it back to the team, like, you got this and stuff like that.
Were you part of the All-Star weekend that it's had like a week or two ago?
Yes.
All right, just talk about all that because that was like a whole weekend of games, right?
Yes.
Okay, just talk about all that.
That was a really cool experience. I had done it my junior year prior to that too, and just meeting like all those girls and stuff, and you just become so close, like so fast with these people because you're like, y'all want the same thing and y'all all love the same thing, and it was definitely cool. I got to see the 3 new Hall of Famers get inducted, and it was just a really cool experience, and being recognized the entire weekend was really great.
So you come into your senior year as the only senior, you know you've got to be a leader for the group. Anybody else kind of step up that might have been younger than you?
Natalie Klein definitely stepped up, and she was great. Like, she obviously knew the girls and like knew that, and she definitely helped out with that and being able to like know what we needed to get done and help me get that across to the team.
Wow, incredible. So I guess now you're gonna go to college.
Yes.
All right. So where are you heading to, and why are you heading to play collegiate softball?
I'm going to Coastal Alabama, and what made me like go there was the coach there is definitely like Penny, and Penny was definitely a big part of my softball. And, you know, obviously they gave me the best scholarship out of everyone else.
Fair. It's fair. Very fair.
So they definitely won that one. But you know, he was there, and the coach Barry, he was there, and he was like, you know, it is JUCO, so it's only 2 years. So he was like, do you have a plan for what's next? And I was like, I definitely want to play like the rest that I can. And he's like, I'll be there to help you and all that stuff. And yeah.
What is Coastal Alabama's mascot?
A coyote.
Coyote. Okay.
Coyote. Wow, man,
I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. You had no homers this year. You digging into your stats, but you were a hit machine. You rarely struck out. You were on base all the time. You hit everybody in. Take me through your approach at the plate.
I definitely, like, when I'm going up there, I just, like, even if there was a home run before me or, like, some big hit, I celebrated in that moment, but as soon as it's me, I just take a deep breath and I'm like, it's okay, like, just do what you need to do. And I step in the box and I take another deep breath and I just hope for the best.
Being the best hitter, did you get walked a lot?
No.
You did not?
No.
Teams didn't try to walk you at all?
No.
Really?
Did you just like not let it get there and just get hits before it got the ball for?
Yeah. I definitely hit a lot off of like a 3-0 count. And, you know, most coaches won't let you do that. They're like, take it. But I've always been like, I mean, most of the time that's your prettiest pitch because they're just trying to get it over the plate. And I mean, if it's there, then it's there and I'm going for it. And I definitely think that approach definitely helped.
So Coach Reeves gave you the green light, at 3-0.
I think he definitely trusted like what I like could see out of the pitch. And I mean, he never told me like to straight up take it unless we were trying to move runners or something like that. But I mean, it's like down the pipe, then I'm swinging.
You have to, yeah. You can't take that. Any games this year? Do you have a favorite game, a favorite memory from this year?
My favorite game was definitely Allen County, because we were down for so long, and we never lost our fight, and we ended it, and it was great that it ended on Natalie. I mean, that's such a great thing, and it was a crazy game, and just to be able to like experience that, even though they hadn't beaten Allen County in like 13 years, and just to be able to experience that when it wasn't supposed to be like that, because the year prior we had lost like 18-0 to them, and to come back and win, I think it was like 4-5 or something like that, was really crazy.
So most collegiate softball players play more than one position. So are you going to be playing more than one position when you go to Coastal Alabama?
I would assume so. He has told me that I have a spot at third if I want it. But I told him prior, I was like, I'll play outfield, I'll play wherever you need me. The only place that I haven't really played was first base.
Okay.
And I was just like, anywhere you need me, I'll try my best and I'll get the job done.
Where do you prefer most if you had to pick?
Third base, definitely.
Okay.
All right, the hot corner. Not shortstop or second base or anything like that, or?
I don't know. I think once I started third, like I just fell in love with that position because it's such a hard place to be, and like most girls like that I've met would be like, I would never play third base, and I'm like, it's so much fun, especially like when you make those really cool like diving plays or like get a really hot like ball hit to you and you get it, and it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's so cool.
Or a bunt.
Yeah.
Or a bunt, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a coyote? While we're talking about coyotes here.
Good question.
You probably are going to see multiple when you get down to Alabama.
Probably.
Yeah, that's a cool. I mean, you go from purples to coyotes. I mean, is that an upgrade, downgrade, or lateral move there?
I don't know. I definitely like the fact that, like, technically, it's not really a mascot. It's like the purple spirit. Like,
yeah, what is that? Okay, that's a very
that's a good question. What is the purple? What is it?
So it's basically supposed to represent like the purple spirit, and like, I don't really know like the thought process behind it, but I mean, it's pretty cool because how many like schools have like a ghost as their mascot?
Yeah, so it's a ghost.
I think so. I don't really know. When they like explained it to me, it's like just like the spirit of the purples, and I don't really know, but it's pretty cool, I guess.
I always thought it was Grimace from McDonald's.
It does look a lot like Grimace from McDonald's. We're talking about food.
So
you go to college. You already know you're going to college. What are you looking to work on as a player as you take the next step?
I think definitely like just being able to obviously like still become like a better teammate, because you can always work on that. And I think just working on like my mental and staying on top of that, because the physical is only 10% of the game. Like your mental is your most important part, and I think staying steady in that would be the most important for me.
Well, first off, where is Coastal Alabama at? What city is it in?
It's in a town called Monroeville. It's like right at the border to get into Florida.
Oh, it's way down Alabama.
Yeah.
Down. Wow. How are the facilities there?
It's pretty nice. They have a dirt field, which obviously I've been playing on turf, which will be different. But no, everything's really nice down there.
As far as the program that you're graduating from Bowling Green, you briefly touched on it, but you got to think their future looks pretty bright.
Yes.
For them. Talk more about what the environment that Coach Riggs brings there, and the players that are hopefully going to carry on what you've done.
It's definitely a very uplifting environment, and you always have bad days, and everyone's just there to lift you up, and you're like, you're okay. Like, it happens to the best of us. Like, everything's like very uplifting, and I feel like Riggs definitely implements that and is like, y'all have to be together as a team or y'all will never play as a team. And I definitely think that's a very important thing because having 9 different individuals on the field is different than having nine teammates on a field. And I definitely think that would be a very strong suit in them. And I definitely think that them like playing together for so long, it will come together and they will be a very dominant team.
Okay, that brings up a good question here as well too. Heading 2027 season, what's the 14th district looks like? 2027.
What do you think it'll look like?
I definitely think that Bowling Green will have a very good season, and I definitely think that South will still be a very tough team to beat, and they probably will be for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that seeing Greenwood for the 3rd time after everything, I feel like it'll come back and they will be able to put up more of a fight and be able to come back from that. And I definitely see a bright future for Purples in the 14th district.
So you're saying Lady Purples can get to the region?
I think they can. I thought we could this year. I think things just weren't lining up, and things happen. I mean, it's okay, but I definitely think that before the juniors this upcoming year graduate, they will make it to region.
Wow.
And speaking of the region, there's really not a bad team in the region, especially this year. Every team that made it to the tournament, really solid. Do you feel like playing in this area has helped you become a better player because the competition's so good?
I definitely think that that's helped me because you're playing up against all these good teams. Like, you have to be up to their par. Like, even if, like, someone's going, like, to a way better school, like, you still have to play up to their level. Like, and you shouldn't get scared by that. Like, someone, like, an individual is just an individual. Like, you shouldn't get scared by, their name or, like, their school they're going to. Like, everyone has off days, and you can definitely play against that.
So I guess you've been talking to your teammates, so what do you think your new teammates?
They're really fun. They definitely, have a bright future. They had a really good season this past year, and I'm definitely hoping that we can keep that up.
Anything intimidate you about moving to college to play college softball?
Not really. I don't think. I mean, I've played softball since I was 4, so I've seen people from all over the world, and I definitely don't think anything should intimidate me because I can work for that. And I definitely think that, or I really hope that I have a good, 2 years at Coastal Alabama and hope to go somewhere else too.
Maybe on the Hill, maybe?
That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool.
2 years?
Yeah, maybe. They actually, the year prior, they had someone go to Troy, and they've definitely helped with, people going to play for another 2 or 4 years.
Okay. Wow.
That's awesome.
That'd be great. Get you back home.
Yeah.
I'm sure mom and dad would love that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Payton. I'll see you next year for the Oriole eating contest.
Okay.
That we will have, I'm not sure of. But you're listening right here on Talk 104.93 WKCT. We've got more awesome sports talk coming up right after this break.
Ford just brought back one of its biggest offers with a message that says it all. American value for American values. Right now at Greenwood Ford Lincoln, with employee pricing for all, you pay what we pay on almost all new Ford inventory. That means this is a great time to take a serious look at getting into a new Ford and seeing just how much value is on the table. If you've been waiting for the right time, this could be it. So come see us at Greenwood Ford Lincoln and ask us about the employee pricing today.
Big news, Bowling Green. Hills Mattress & More is bigger and better. They've expanded to bring you even more of what you love. We're talking top quality mattresses, furniture, appliances, and TVs. Plus, with financing options and no credit needed, it's never been easier to bring home comfort and style. Come see the all-new expanded Hills Mattress & More at 2539 Mount Victor Lane. Now with more to offer. Hills Mattress & More. Come see what's new.
crashes, tractor trailer wrecks, animal attacks, wrongful deaths. One call can change your future. Call me today and let's start fighting back together. I'm injury lawyer Will Williford. Where there's a will, there's a way. When tragedy injures or takes the life of someone too soon, no amount of money can take that back. But justice can offer some security and accountability. I'm injury lawyer Will Williford, and I want you to know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Welcome back here on Sports Talk on Talk 104.93 WKCT, presented by Greenwood Ford, also presented by Campbell Chevrolet, Hills Mattress, and more, and Brian Wilford Injury Lawyers. I'm still Cole Scott, News 40 Sports. Brian Davis is still from the Franklin favorite, and he's still coming from back in the control room. He'll be here shortly. We're joined alongside Micheal Compton from the Bowling Green Daily News. We're going to talk about any and everything possible, I feel like, tonight. We'll touch on something certain that happened today later. But I guess I want to talk to you first about, you sat down with head coach Greg Collins, Lady Toppers basketball, earlier this summer. He's back. I don't know if a lot of people thought that was going to happen. Love Coach Collins. The team underperformed last year. But what are some things that stuck out to you in that interview? Some high points that people should know about it.
I think the interesting thing is that everybody knows about not just the commitment he had by putting part of his salary into it, but also, there were donors that stepped up and it increased the NIL budget. And I'm sure a lot of people immediately assumed that by the increase of that NLI budget, that meant, they're going to go out and get more of these players. And one of the things that we discussed when we sat down that I found very interesting and very fascinating, and something maybe people didn't realize, that money is as much about retaining people as it is, and he specifically, mentioned that I don't think he said he brought their names up. So to me, by bringing their names up, that to me says there was probably interest on the outside. But he talked about, when you have Trinity Rowe and you have I'm trying to think of who else started last year.
Tory
James. Yes, that was the other one. And then the 3-point shooter.
Tatum?
Yes, Tatum.
Yeah.
Those three specifically he mentioned, and said there's other situations where, last year they lost 3 of their starters, or 2 of their starters, but McKenzie was also going to be a big piece coming back. So they lost 3 key elements and basically was wiped out down to just one person. Mm-hmm. This year, the only significant loss in the portal, and it was a significant loss, was Sama Kadir, who is now at Illinois Chicago, but otherwise everything was about adding pieces, and pieces that he feels like maybe haven't reached their potential yet, or people that they were already interested in at one point. He talked about the young lady who's coming from Murray State, who originally was in DePaul, said that that's someone they targeted last year and was unable to get. So they were able to get her this time. So there's a lot of moving pieces with that NIL thing, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. They've added in some different ways. They've not just added on the end as far as transfers, but they've added freshmen. The young lady from Assumption, and her name is slipping my mind right now.
Yeah,
but I asked him, because to me, she kind of has the same kind of comp coming in out of high school as, say, a Josie Gilvin.
Big piece.
And he did not dispute my assumption on that. Let's put it that way. That's someone that you could see was a big part of things for Assumption getting to that championship game, and may not have been, obviously wasn't Miss Basketball, obviously wasn't the big stat person or anything, but was the lunch pail person that really did a lot of the down and dirty stuff. Mm-hmm. And, I think she's going to be that this year. Plus, she's got good lineage. Her uncle is Allen Houston. So hey,
Hey, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
It's go through the grapevine with there.
So it's all about spending the NIL money the right way. And
Correct.
The smart way. Not the right way, the smart way.
The smart way and having it to spend. They didn't have it to spend last year. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
good deal. Wow.
All right. Hopefully some wins are in order for the Lady Tops. Didn't have a lot of those last year.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, a few.
There's a few.
Yep.
A few more than 3, which I think of a few. Maybe not few more than that. But switching topics now, we had a few awesome moments last year within the high school sports scene. We're probably going to touch on a little bit of everything here. We'll let you just kick it off, Compton. What was your favorite part of the year? And I feel like this might be an obvious one.
I think just the way it closed more than anything. Obviously, no, we're talking about high school sports, Brian. You thinking that I'm saying the obvious one was me talking about the World Series. No, we're talking about high school sports.
Ooh, okay.
No.
I thought his laughing was loud.
No, that was the beginning of the year.
That was a hater laugh.
No, that was the beginning of the year. That's the beginning of the year.
But I think obviously the way it ended with South Warren, not just getting that state title that had been kind of within their grasp the last couple of years, but doing it the fashion they did, going 45-0. You guys, when we were talking, prepping for this, games that stood out to me, and I think what stands out is that quarterfinal game, that the walk-off home run. If she doesn't hit that, that's it. And it's one of those things where it felt like once that happened, everything just kind of fell into place after that. Like they just were able to kind of relax. The stress level just completely dropped off, and they dominated that last weekend. It's also kind of crazy if you go back and look at it. That game was the only runs they allowed the entire postseason.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That is just... There's so many things that, like, you bring something up every day for the rest of your life. You're like, oh, that was crazy. Oh, that was crazy.
Well, I just think, how cool is it that we all got to experience a state and a national championship team out of this freaking region?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen every day.
The only thing I will say there is we don't know, like, the national championship stuff, and I'm not taking anything away from it. They're a national champion. Mm-hmm. That stuff has kind of risen more in the last few years. You kind of wonder, the 44-0 Greenwood team, where would they have been in something like this? I don't think that was kind of on the radar as much as it is now. And it is an accomplishment that South Warren certainly deserves and certainly proved. But I'm that one I'm not as, I don't want to say like not as impressed with, because it is very impressive and I'm taking nothing away from it. It's just one of those things that it's part of how the game has changed, not just in softball, but everything in general.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that Greenwood team, I think, remind me correct me if I'm wrong, they only got like 29 runs that year when they won the whole thing. I mean, it's less than South Warren's, that's for sure.
Yeah, but they did not have the offense.
But they didn't have the offense like South Warren had, though. They didn't have that, because the runs differential was massively different. But the runs allowed, Greenwood didn't hardly around at all. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
And obviously, I mean, there's so many players on that team. There's Layla hitting the home run. Mm-hmm. There's Courtney Norwood, what she did, who's a rising senior this year. I mean, you can name any of the Division I signees, anybody in that senior class. I think what McLean Hudson was able to do, not just this season, but to cap that career, is probably one of if not the best offensive career in the history of fast pitch softball in state. You were trying to telling me to, kind of come up with some people that stood out. I think that's kind of the easy one on the female athlete side. I think there were some other people that stood out too on the female athlete side, but I thought that one was the one that kind of stood out. Yeah. Maybe more so. I kind of had a harder time trying to come up on the male side, and I think it was not so much because there wasn't a lot of really impressive standout stuff on the male side, but it just felt like this was a year in this area where the female side really took center stage.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, I would agree.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we saw the region tournament, Avery Morris dropped 38.
Yeah.
And she dropped 54 in a game, the 2A state tournament too, as well, on top of that.
Yeah, somebody was on my... And we're talking about games. if the quarterfinal game is number one for me, number two for me would be that Region 4 girls basketball final.
Hey, that was an incredible game.
Which, again, there's another one, Allie Pennington, who basically just put her team on her back and said, let's go. We're going to get to this finish line. I think of, that shot falling on the sidelines by the bench is going to be kind of one of those iconic moments that anybody that there and anybody that wasn't there that will now say they're there will always remember.
And she just verbally committed to Union University, too, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow, congratulations to her. And I'm sure we'll hear more about that. I'm sure during basketball season, I'm sure.
On the male side, I'm interested to see who you might have jotted down because, like you said, the female side was definitely more prominent this year, but there's a lot of options for kind of minimal guys.
Yeah, there's three, and then there's one I put on the rise, and that maybe not in that elite status yet, but is someone who's definitely on the rise as far as someone that I'm interested to see going forward. And obviously, if you win that Kentucky Gatorade Player of the Year, as Biombo Matendo did, that's first on my list, and that was kind of where I went there. I also kind of went because I looked at multi-sport people too, and I went with Tyson Tomaszek at Logan County.
Okay.
Considering what he did in football and what he did in baseball was so important. That's someone that kind of stood out to me. And then Anthony Davis for Bowling Green.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to lead the team in scoring in basketball and then to be the quarterback that's kind of put in that role and thrive there. That's someone. The on the rise person I'm thinking of is Ethan York.
Okay.
Look at what he did with Greenwood, and then look at what he did with Greenwood baseball. Not just basketball, but with baseball. He's kind of established himself in two sports that I'm really interested to see his growth going forward. So those were kind of on the male side that kind of stood out to me while I was looking at it. I think team-wise, you go back to the South Warren side. The football team going undefeated and really having a chance against a Trinity team that a lot of people didn't give them a chance against. They're probably kicking themselves with all the red zone opportunities they had. But South Warren went in first year in 6A and established themselves as a power right away. And they're going to be in the discussion again this year. So that on the male side, if the softball team kind of finished it off, that football team kind of started it, I think, in this year and when it comes to high school sports.
Let me ask you a question since you're on the football. Okay, and we'll have you back on football for the preview in August. The new playoff rule now, which I don't. What are they thinking up there? I don't know. The RPI now goes in effect now in round 2 instead of round 3. Does that make any sense?
No.
Exactly. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
I mean,
what are we doing here?
You're using RPI for home field advantage in other sports. But for the most part, the one place people really want to see the RPI be used is in basketball, and they're never going to do it there.
They're never going to do it.
And I'm not saying they should. I kind of like the random draw. I kind of like the whole chaos of it. I'm like the Dark Knight. I sometimes just like to watch the world burn. I mean, let's be honest. So I like the randomness of it. But if any sport warranted that, I think basketball would be the one to do it because of the way that Sweet 16 is and how special it is in the Commonwealth. But that's not going to happen, and that's not going to happen. So why do you keep messing with football? It's almost like football's become the guinea pig for everything else.
And I believe RPI is only used in the state tournament in soccer. Am I right? Or no, I'm not right. No, that's a draw. Is that draw too, or is that not? Is RPI used in soccer too?
Well, it's used in tiebreakers in other sports too.
Okay,
but some and it's not every district uses that as tiebreakers.
Right,
it's just some
of them do.
Right. So again, there's no uniform thing for RPI, but except when it comes to football, and everything's about the RPI in football.
That's kind of crazy. It's just a whirlwind thing, and I don't even understand it fully. RPI. What does that even stand for?
I'll
Rating
say,
percentage index.
I'll say it off the air. I'll say
that was a good one. That was a good call there.
I'll say that off the air what it really means. No,
I just told you what it really meant.
no. I'm talking about what I really think it means.
Oh, okay.
What he really feels like it means. Okay, so you were just talking about the basketball tournament. If we're going to talk about the best teams of the year, even though this team came up short, Warren Central really dominated throughout the regular season. I was preparing to be in Lexington for a full weekend with that team outside of maybe falling to Northwood.
Yeah, Warren Central boys basketball is one that stands out. I think you could go Bowling Green boys soccer.
Yeah.
They were undefeated until they got to St. X. Was it St. X?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
I think that's right.
These
It was a
start
Saturday
running
game.
together.
It's a Saturday game.
Yeah. So you have Bowling Green boys soccer. You have Bowling Green girls volleyball. You have South Warren boys volleyball. Actually,
Yes.
So there were again. I've been doing this 24 years now because I'm old. It just impresses me when you kind of go back and realize just the quality of competition level in this area. And it's every year. It's not like that. There doesn't seem to ever be a lull. Mm-hmm. It's kind of every year, and it speaks for the quality of competition here. It speaks for the quality of coaching. It speaks for the quality of the athlete, and it continues to happen.
Let me bring this up because we're going to have John Allen coming up here on the after party, the athletic director for Metcalfe County. But the buzz that Metcalfe County has created in the basketball offseason. It's incredible.
I mean,
it's incredible.
It's there. I'm currently working on the cat's paw stuff, and I get coaches' inputs on that every year, and it's kind of interesting to see where people are standing when it comes to that. We talk about Avery Morris and all of that from the girls' basketball side. Let's talk about what they're doing on the boys' side.
Yes.
Bringing in Brandon Combs.
Yes.
Who people tend to forget was a really good coach even before Warren East.
Yes.
One of those all-time games, do you remember being there, triple overtime with Cumberland County against Bowling Green, a year that the first time I think Bowling Green won the region since 1991 was that year. They had to get past was it Sean? No, I almost said but that's former Bowling Green player. I can't remember the kid's last name, but it was this post player for Cumberland County had like 30 points and 25 rebounds in triple overtime, and tried to will them to past Bowling Green in that game. That team was coached by Brandon Combs, so it's going to be interesting to see what Brandon Combs does with Metcalfe County there. I think they're going to be just as intriguing on the men's side. Maybe not as intriguing because it's going to be interesting to see, do the Lady Hornets, do they wind up being the favorite in the region, or is there someone else? I mean, after last year, I'm sorry, you can't count Ashley Taylor out. You can't count Franklin Simpson out.
Yeah.
That they got two now. I've always, and Brian knows this. This is just conversations away from here. I've always really thought that Ashley Taylor was a very good coach, one of the best coaches in this area, and I think it's kind of shown the last couple of years.
She has a method to her madness, and I think everybody's starting to see it now. What that method is, and it's working. It is really working.
And it's felt like it's been the players, the staff, or this or that. There's always been the but, and I think she's kind of eliminated all those buts after last year.
Oh yeah.
When you talked about a rising star, I thought you were going to say Rowdy Harris.
That's another one. Golf was, yeah.
Yes,
but he's not even technically high school for like another 70 years, maybe.
Do you realize golf starts a week from Monday?
Yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah,
he's ready to go to Park Mammoth.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I am not. And speaking of that, his sister is coming up, and my goodness, she is better than he is. She is.
She's insane.
Perry Joe is insane.
Yeah,
and that's going to be scary for when she starts playing for Bowling Green. That is going to be scary.
I think the big question we should all have, though, is what are we going to do for schedules and stats right now? Because it still doesn't seem like
huge question mark.
Well, Howard, hopefully we can get him
I'm
in.
scared.
We can get him in here and talk about that hopefully as well, too.
We might just make up stuff.
We might.
It's like, I thought he threw for 5 touchdowns. I don't know. Probably.
We mentioned about the golf. Kinsey Willen is also Cumberland County Lady Panthers, all-A state champions in softball, too, as well. She was part of that team, too, as well.
Yeah.
So Cumberland County had a big year for softball, and, of course, Kinsey with golf,
girls
too,
basketball as well.
And girls basketball with Kristen Anderson. And I'm wondering, she got some pieces coming back, too, as well. So they're going to be something you got to deal with, too, as well. And Monroe brings everybody back, too, as well.
Boys basketball's not going to like hearing this, but they had their chance with Bowling Green last year. They're going to be back this year.
Oh, yeah. We know that.
Yeah, they're going to be very, very, very good this year.
What's the quote that Coach Cheryl said? You better get me now.
He told us that at the Franklin game. He said, if you're going to get me, you better get me now.
Wow.
And he wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't wrong.
Not wrong
because,
at all.
I mean, I said this at the time, and I'll say this again. I think that was the second best team in the region by the time we got to by the time we got to the postseason. The problem was they had already finished 4th in the district and had no way to get out of the district other than get past the Warren Central team, who was the best team in the region. So they kind of put themselves behind the 8 ball. But I think the way they were playing at the end of the year, no one wanted to see them.
No, absolutely not. I think
and they're going to be better this year.
So if they'd have gotten there, they'd had to play Glasgow in the first round? Because South played Glasgow it would have been Glasgow and then Monroe County. Would have been the 2 games that they played in the region tournament if they'd have beaten the Glasgow team.
They could have won those 2.
They
could have won those 2. Yeah.
They were playing the second best of anybody by the time we got to the end of the year.
Wow, that's incredible.
All right, let's continue this conversation, but let's take a break really quick. Right here on Sports Talk, we've still got to talk about something that happened today. We got to talk about some sports that happened this year. We got to talk about Brian ripping the mic cord out just now. That was pretty cool. But you're listening right here on Talk 104, 93 WKCT. Don't go anywhere. Presented by Greenwood Ford.
Ford just brought back one of its biggest offers with a message that says it all. American value for American values. Right now at Greenwood Ford Lincoln, with employee pricing for all, you pay what we pay on almost all new Ford inventory. That means this is a great time to take a serious look at getting into a new Ford and seeing just how much value is on the table. If you've been waiting for the right time, this could be it. So come see us at Greenwood Ford Lincoln and ask us about the employee pricing today.
As a paratrooper and combat veteran of the U.S. Army, I was trained to run toward the sounds of battle, not away from them. I brought that same mentality home to Kentucky to fight for my clients. I'm injury lawyer Will Williford, and where there's a will, there's a way. When life knocks you down after an injury, you need someone to help you get back up. If you or a loved one has been hurt, give me a call. I'm injury lawyer Will Williford, a proud Kentuckian representing proud Kentuckians. Remember, where there's a will, there's a way.
Are you in the market for a new SUV? Well, try shopping at Campbell Chevrolet. Small, medium, or large, you have an impressive number of choices. Choose from a new Trax, Equinox, Blazer, Traverse, Tahoe, or Suburban. We give you choices, and we will be happy to help you with your best deal. Shop online or in person. Campbell Chevrolet, Scottsville Road.
Welcome back to Sports Talk here on Talk 104, 93 WKCT, presented by Greenwood Ford, Campbell Chevrolet, Hills Mattress and More, and Breen and Williford Injury Lawyer. Still in studio with us is Micheal Compton from Bowling Green Daily News. We've got something we got to talk about that happened today. Of course, you're sporting your Jays as always, not the shoes, the Blue Jays baseball team. Dylan Cease about threw another no-hitter.
There's a specific thing. You said I'm sporting I'm wearing as I'll turn around for the camera.
Okay.
I'm wearing my...
He is... If he's repping... Yeah.
I'm repping Dylan Cease, so...
Did you have that on during the game?
No, of course not.
Okay. That would have been crazy. That would have been awesome.
Man... There's still only been one no-hitter in franchise history. September 2nd, 1990, Dave Steeb in Cleveland. He came so close on several occasions, including like back-to-back 2 outs in the ninth. to close the 88 season. I know you young whippersnappers don't know anything about that. But I wanted this one today. Considering the way things have gone so far in the first half, and there's still time because the American League is not really great this year. Overall, there's some good teams. The Rays are playing really good to put that there. But, yeah, I mean, Cease is the kind of guy that can go out there and do that every time. Credit to John Schneider, the manager, who gave him the opportunity, let him go out there and throw 116 pitches. It wasn't like Yuri Perez the other day. Were you guys watching that when the Marlins were playing at the Athletics?
And he had a perfect game.
And the Athletics crowd started chanting shame and pointing at the dugout when he didn't come out for the eighth.
That's such a Marlins thing.
No, the Athletics crowd did it.
Oh, the Athletics crowd.
Yeah, because it was in Sacramento.
Wow.
So the fans were mad that they didn't get the opportunity at it, and it was against them. So yeah, it was.
That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy. That is.
So,
it's history.
I still think he's got another one in him. It's just there's been so many close calls. There's been Brendan Morrow. There's been Roy Halladay did it a couple of times, including like his second career start against Detroit. It's almost like I followed this team for a while, isn't it?
Just a few years.
So yeah, I wanted it today, but we'll see. I'll get a reset here after this weekend. The one thing I love baseball in general. I love watching baseball, not just the Jays. I just love watching.
Not my Reds. You don't like watching that, do you?
Well, they're not very good this year.
No, they're not. They're brutal.
The pitching has not been good.
Well, hey, we do have the same amount of All-Stars as the Brewers, and we have more than everybody else in the division. So there you go. Up next.
Good for Vladdy, by the way, to get voted in and not really have a good year and have some issues right now with his back and say, I'm going to sit out. That's what he should do. Honestly, I know this is going to sound bad for a baseball person, but I've always been the kind of person that's like, if none of the players that from the team that I root for make the All-Star game, doesn't bother me. Gives them 4 days to rest.
Yeah,
I'd rather have the rest. So.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Dylan Cease, has he thrown a no-hitter before, or is he the king of?
He has 2 years ago.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Was it with Padres?
Yeah, the Padres have had like 15 no-hitters now, and at one point they were one of the last teams. And again, it's been 36 years for Toronto.
Crazy stuff. You didn't compete in the hot dog eating contest on Saturday. You missed out on a good time.
No, there's no way.
It was not a good time. Actually, I'm still feeling remnants of it in my stomach right now.
I bet you
are.
I'm like 4. I think it was Sean. I want to say it was Sean. When he was still here, we did that hot dog challenge. The one game where we had 9 hot dogs
in 9 innings.
9 in 9 innings. Mm-hmm. Because they were like a quarter each or something like that.
Yeah, 10 cents.
10 cents each.
Yes.
And by the 7th inning, I said, that's enough for me.
That's tough.
That's very tough.
That's tough. And Cole, you did 4 in 5 minutes.
It was disgusting.
That's tough.
They were big dogs, too.
Yes, they were.
Big dogs. All right, Brian, we have a few more minutes left. Tonight's show, what can we expect next week?
Next week, we'll have Will McCoy, the brand new head coach at Franklin Simpson High School. He's going to join us. And then on the after party, Sam Gage, Lady Spartans golf coach, will join us as well, too, as golf tournament starts July 20th. Yay.
You can't wait to go there, it really sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
Dead period ends Friday.
Yeah. Midnight Madness in Hart County. How about that?
That's crazy. I forget that happens.
That's insane. Why don't other schools do that?
Respect. It's one of a kind. I like it.
That is one of a kind. You don't see that everywhere. Midnight Madness for football at a school.
Yeah.
And Greenwood's hosting 7-on-7 camps next weekend too. Next Thursday and Friday, or
it's one of those days.
Yep. I think Barron County is hosting one too. Remember last week, Coach Warren Central is going to be hosting some as well too. So we got some 7-on-7s going on next week.
Who rise from the dust of dead period.
Here we go.
Yeah. Finally. Dead period almost over.
Almost.
All right. Want to thank everybody for coming on today. Also want to thank our sponsors. from Greenwood Ford, Campbell Chevrolet, Breen and Wilford Injury Lawyers, and Hills Mattress and more. Stay tuned for the after party on our Facebook page, Talk 104.93 WKCT. But for now, have a great week, sports fans.
You've been listening to Sports Talk, presented by Greenwood Ford.
News and weather this hour brought to you by Nats Outdoor Sports on Talk 104 and 93 WKCT Bowling Green.
And I'm afraid that what I've been hearing and seeing persuades me that they were right.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
News as it happened, news as it happens.
This is Fox News Talk.